Firstly, I'd like to say well done to Wildcard for the Engrams that they have in the game. I went through them all, and I mean all of them, into some detail, and some of the ones that I thought were useless turned out to not be that bad. For example, the toilet. I believe the toilet was a useless engram, but apparently when you use it, it gives you a boost of experience, sorta like the Broth of Enlightenment, which, if you're early game, that could be beneficial. Another item I thought was useless was the lance, but you can get it in ascendant form, and it can one-shot people. So this is my list of 5 of the most useless items you can get on ARK Survival Evolved. Number 1 is thatch. Any thatch foundation in the game, I would not recommend anybody crafting. Now, if you have to craft them just to get experience at a low level, that's absolutely fine. But you unlock thatch at level 4. You unlock wood at level 11, which is more than a realistic target to get to on your first session. Now, thatch is so weak that a Dilo can break it, a Compy can break it, and an aggressive enemy Dodo can actually break thatch. So if you're going to play, I recommend grinding out to level 11, even if you're new to the game. As a solo player, or if there's 2 or 3 of you in a tribe, you could realistically get to level 30 to 50 in your first hour, depending on how hard you work. Thatch is cheap, but it will not protect you, and if you're on PvP, you will be wiped immediately. Number 2 is the Tripwire alarm trap. Now, this is one I was kind of undecided on whether or not it's useless, but having thought about it, I don't see why anybody would use this. Now, I've never seen someone use one of these before. You use them just like the narcotic trap and the explosive trap, where you put 2 of them down and a wire joins them. If someone crosses that wire, it notifies the tribe that you're scouting or trying to raid that you're there. Now, where I have issue with this, right, is that when I raid a base, the last thing I want to do is kill a tame right away, or accidentally kill a sleeping survivor, because that notifies people. So in that respect, it does its job, it tells people that you're there. However, although it tells people that you're there, if you trip the alarm and no one comes to the base, and no one comes to inspect, it also tells you that they're offline. So you then have free reign of their base to do what you want. Now, a Parasaur does the exact same thing. It tells someone that you're there. Not only that, the Parasaur gives you a little red circle that shows you exactly where they are also. And if you're low level, you're just starting out, a Parasaur works as transportation. You can pump weight, you can get average health into a Parasaur, and they're relatively quick. So I don't know why anybody would ever use this. Like I say, I've done a load of raids, more than I care to remember, and I have never ever came across a tripwire alarm. So for that reason, it is useless in ARK Survival Evolved. Number 3, the radio. Now, has anybody actually ever used one of these ever in ARK? Now, it's so useless because of party chats. So you can have all your friends in a chat on the PlayStation 4, or on the PC, or on the Xbox, or on Discord, or on Skype, wherever, whatever format you choose to use to speak to your friends and your tribe mates online. This becomes useless because of them. Now, it takes 40 crystal, 40 ingots, and 40 spark powder, and it's level 51, so it's not the lowest level to get. So, I'm not an expert or an engineer, but I'd imagine you need at least 1 electronic to make this. So I just don't know. Like, it has 10,000 possible frequencies, 9,999 possible frequencies to use. So just say you and your tribe mates all go to frequency 7, then you will all be able to speak using this from your hotbar. But again, why would you ever have this? Why would you waste a spot on your hotbar with this radio when you're already in a party chat talking to all your tribe mate? It's so useless. I'm not doing these in any particular order, but if I was, this would easily be the most useless thing on ARK. Number 4, the camera. Now, I actually wasn't going to put this in because I've tried not to add things that aesthetically add to the game. So, like flags and stuff, I know tribes like to colour coordinate themselves and have different colours for their tribes and things. The reason I put this in is because it is quite useless in regards to what it's for, taking pictures. Now I can take pictures on my PlayStation with the share button anytime I want without having to craft anything. Now the camera does break also, so when you use it, it's got a bar like any weapon does, like a durability. I'm not sure how it works out. I've never used it. I'm not sure how many photos you get from it. But when you use it, if you put up a canvas, you can go to the canvas and you can use paint to paint whatever picture you take with the camera onto the canvas. However, once you do that, you still have to go and collect all the paints and all the other things that you need to put it onto the canvas. Where I get annoyed at the camera, and the reason I add it, it's so goddamn expensive. If you're on official especially, 80 black pearls. That could get you a decent amount of tech structures if you've got the element. I mean, the crystal's not too bad, nothing else is that bad, but black pearls are not hard to come by depending on what level you are of the game. But 80 for a useless item that breaks after usage is just absolutely ridiculous to me. I would never use this. I would recommend no one else ever use this. Putting a picture that I take on ARK on a canvas is so far at the end of my list of priorities that I just could never fathom using this. Therefore, it is completely and utterly useless. Number 5, and I might get some criticism for this one because I do see a lot of them being used. Number 5 is the wind turbine. Why anybody uses this is fucking beyond me. Why would you have this? Just have a generator that's like a quarter of the size that you can compact and protect inside a room. Like, I don't know if you can put the wind turbine inside a structure because it would stop it from working. I've never tried it. I have no intention of ever trying it. What I have seen is I've seen people use them online, on YouTube, watching videos, and I've seen people take them down. In fact, I've took a couple down myself. I did a video recently, and I don't know if I showed the wind turbine bit, but we took out a wind turbine during a raid. They're so easy to take down. Like, flame arrows destroy them. Why you would ever have this near your base to power anything is ridiculous. Have a goddamn generator, which is so much smaller, you confine it to a room, and don't waste the resources on this. It's more resources than a generator, it's bigger, it's an easier target, you will not be able to hide any base if you have one of these. Therefore, it's just ridiculous. I don't know why you would use it, other than aesthetics. If you want to have a PvE base with this, fair enough. If you use this on PvP, you're going to be raided. I would see this, I would instantly think I'm raiding that base. Because if this is your power system, I can take that down from a distance, no problem. Like, I don't even have to get close to your base to try and blow it. I can take it out from a distance. Therefore, have a generator and don't use this as a power source.